We'll quickly take a look at all these joins. Though we have learned it earlier, we'll just take a look at all these joins. That is equi-join, non-equi-join, and self-join. So first we are looking at equi-join, right? For that I've created these two tables, select staff from student. This is one table and select staff from school. So this table has got ID, name, address, gender. School ID is actually a foreign key referencing school table school ID. And I have also created another column here, class representative ID. So for this student, who is the representative, his ID is given here. Class representative is also a student. So if I take a look at Tom, the student Tom as the representative ID as 422. Who is this representative? He is nothing but, he is none but Ram. So you have the representative also to be part of the same table. So this class representative ID is actually a foreign key referencing ID in the same table. So it's a self join. It's a self reference to the same table. That is the meaning there. Now what we'll do is we'll take these two tables and perform some equi join, non-equi join, and we'll take a look at self join, cross join, all the other joins we'll do. Okay, we'll start. We'll first start an equi-join, wherein we'll use SID for joining these two tables. We'll print the name and the school name for all the students. How will you perform that? It's a select s dot name comma sh dot s name from student table, that is called S, and school table given an alias sch, where s dot sid is equal to sh dot sid. So this should get us the student name and the corresponding school name for every student. We have performed a very simple equi join here. I hope you are able to understand this. So what is the school name for Ram? For Ram, the school ID is 112. The school name is Sense. So the school name for Ram is Sense. Our output is fine. Next, we'll try and do a self join. What is a self join? For every student, I want to print the student's name and also his class representative's name. So for instance, for Tom, how to fetch his class representative's name? I have to go to class representative ID, map it to the ID here, and then fetch the corresponding name. So that's how we have to do. Let's perform this self join. So it's what all we are going to bring. We're going to bring the um, two different names here. One is student name, another one is class rep name. So what I will do is I will say student name as s1 dot name, and then I'll give the class rep name as s2 dot name. From which two tables we are going to bring? With the data is in the same table, so we'll say employee. It's from student s1 comma, again it's from the student table s2, where what is the condition? S1 dot class rep ID is equal to S2 dot ID. That is it. So S1 dot class rep ID is equal to S2 dot ID. So it says Tom's representative's name is Ram. Chris' representative name is Ram. Is it really correct? Say Tom is here. Who is the representative of Tom? 422. And what is the name for this representative? 422 is nothing but Ram. Likewise for Chris, the representative is 422. What is the name for 422? It is Ram. So our output is fine. So only thing is I have fetched the name. One is the student name, another one is the class rep name, and I have considered both these tables, student S1 and student S2. So S1 and S2, we are considering it as two different tables, but the information is in the same table. That's the meaning. Where S1 dot class rep ID is equal to S2 dot ID. This is an example for a self join. And I also talked to you about a non-equi join. What is a non-equi join? Wherein we join two tables without using the equality operator. For this, I have taken this table, select staff from employee. And here we have salary. Given for employees, we also have this table select staff from salary details table. So this table has got a grade, lower range and higher range. So based on the salary, say if this employee gets a salary of 10,000, then we should assign a grade to him. What is the grade for an employee who is getting a salary of 10,000? So if it is between 1,000 and 19,000, grade is 1. So you have to denote the grade as 1. Likewise, for Ram, the salary is 20,000, so his range falls here. So his grade will be 2. So our objective is for every employee, print the grades. How will you print the grades? For that, we have to write a non-equi join. So what are we going to print is, we are going to print the employee name. Just print the employee name, e dot name. And we can also print the salary. So that is e dot salary. And we can print the grade. Grade is from this column, so we'll call that g dot salary details. Which two tables? Employee table called as C and salary details table called as G. And the condition is where this salary, whatever this salary, E dot salary between G dot low range and G dot high range. So here we are not using an equality operator, we are just using the between operator. G dot G dot it's not salary details, it's actually grade. I made a mistake here. Select G dot grade. Salary details is the table name, I'm sorry. And we can go with where E dot salary between G dot low range and G dot high range. Yeah. So we say Satish gets a salary of 10,000, his grade is 1. Is that correct? Yeah. Whoever gets a salary between 1,000 and 19,000, grade is 1. And here Venkat gets a salary of 70,000, his grade is 3. So whoever gets a salary between 51,000 and 1 lakh, the grade is 3. So only thing is we have joined these two tables using an operator other than the equality operator. So you call this to be an non-equi join. So three kinds of join we have already seen. Now we have to see what is natural join. We have to see what is natural join. What is natural join? Very simple. Let me show you this. I have these two tables. So I have these two tables. Select star from student. And I have another table. Select star from school. So these two tables we have already used. So I want to join these two tables using a column name that is the same in these two tables. So here the foreign key is SID. You see this column name is the same as this column name, right? So I have a foreign key wherein the column names match in both the tables. Then I can go for a natural join. I can say naturally join these two tables using the foreign key column. That means it will take the foreign key column and then it will match it with the primary key column here and then it will perform the join. No need to give the condition like where SID is equal to this SID. Here naturally it takes, okay, the names are the same in both these tables, so it will start matching using the column name. So let's go and see what is that. So I can do select name comma S name from student comma school. So here that the keyword I should give from student natural join school. Say I'm not mentioning any condition here. I'm just saying natural join. So it just joins it. How it joins? It knows that this column name is the same as this column name. So using this foreign key column, it joins the table. So Ram school is sense and Tom's school is SBST. So we can check that here our output is correct. So this is natural join. The only condition we have to have here is we should have both the column names to be the same. If I have some other column name, will the natural join work? Let's go and check. I'll alter the column name for SID in the school table. So it's alter table school rename column SID to school ID. Okay, I'm just altering the school table here. Select staff from school. So now this is school ID, whereas we have select staff from student. So I have renamed the columns. No more we have the same column names in both the table. Will a natural join work? Select name comma s name from student, natural join school. So now the natural join is not working. It is giving us a cross join. That is our next discussion. Say this is not the correct result, right? It says Satish is from SBST. Is Satish really from SBST? Can we check that? So we have employee, I mean student Satish is department number is 111. That should be scope, right? But here it says Satish is SBST. So this one is not working if you don't have the same column names in both the tables. So the foreign key column should be the same in both the tables, only then a natural join will work. So we'll again alter that, alter table school, rename column school ID to SID. So now if you go and perform select name comma S name from student natural join, natural space join school, now it will work. So you should never forget this. That's how natural join works. So we have finished natural join. We'll move on to the next join, that is cross join. We'll see what is this cross join and how it works. For this, I have created two tables. I'll show you what those tables are. Select staff from test one. So this is one table. It has two values, x, x, y, y. And I have another table, select staff from test two. So this is having two values, 1, 1, 2, 2. So when I perform a cross join between test 1 and test 2, what will happen is it will take every row here, just match it with every row here. So you'll have XX11 and then it will take the same row, match it with here. So you'll have XX22. Likewise, it will take the next row here, YY, it will just match it with 1, 1. And then it will take YY again and match it with 2, 2. So you're going to have every row here just joined with every row in this table. So we'll see the output here. So it is select star from test 1 cross join test 2. So the keyword here is cross space join. Now what will be the output you see here? XX11, XX22. So first it takes XX, joins it with 11, then with 22. Next it takes YY, it joins it with 11 and then 22. So you're going to get an output like this. So what is the use of this cross join? Is say when you're working on an equi join, first a cross join is getting built and then on that the condition is getting applied. Say now if I apply the condition, whatever condition I want to apply, then it will filter the rows. So this kind of cross join, what it does, it just takes every row here, matches that with every row in the right hand side. So that is what is a cross join is all about. Say cross join can also occur when you don't give the conditions in an equi join. I told you cross join is the first step in a join, right? For instance, let me say select star from test 1 comma test 2. I'm not giving any condition here. If I perform this again, I'm going to get this okay, that's a table name issue. So select star from test 1 comma test 2. So when I don't give any conditions here, you see normally a cross join gets built. So that is the first step. A cross join happens. On the cross join result, you apply the conditions and then you will be able to get the final join result. I hope you were able to understand what is a cross join. Next, we will see what is left outer join and right outer join. We'll see these two things, and finally, we'll see what is a full outer join. So, what is this left outer join? I have these two tables: select star from student, right? So here I have when you take a closer look at this table, I have some students with a school ID and some students without a school ID too. So we have some students without a school ID in my table. And when you take a look at my school table, what I have here is I have some schools which is not having any student. So what are those schools which is not having any student? We have 115, 114. There are no students who belong to 115 and 114. So there are some schools without any students, and there are some students without any schools in both in these tables. So we are going to use this for left outer join and right outer join. First, we'll do a left outer join. What is a left outer join? When I join this table with this table using the SID, what it will do is it will fetch the matching records from the left table and the right table, and the non-matching records only from the left table. So I will run the output, then you will understand this. So it is, say, let me print name, s dot name, comma, sch dot name, s name. So school name and the student name we are printing from student s, comma, school sch, where s dot sid is equal to sch dot sid. So now I want a left outer join. What I'm going to do is on the right hand side, I'll give a plus sign in brackets. So you see what will happen to the result now. It's just bringing all the students with the school. Okay. And it is also bringing all the students without the school. So it's like it's matching the records first, bringing the matching records. It's also bringing the non-matching records from the student table, that is the left table. So when you're using this here, this is the left table, this is the right table. So it is bringing all the matching records from both the tables using this condition, and it is also bringing the non-matching records in the student table, that is the left table. So you call this a left outer join. Got it? And now you know what is the right outer join is. It is nothing but bring the matching records from both the tables and the non-matching records from the school table from the right table. Let me run a query for left or right outer join. So select s dot name, comma, sch dot school name from student s, comma, school sch, where s dot SID. Now I have to give the plus sign this side because it's a right outer join is equal to ACH dot SID. So what it does is you can see the result. It brings the matching records from both the tables and the non-matching record from the right table. What is the right table here? School table. So what are the non-matching records from the right table? We have 114 and 115. So these two schools don't have any matching records here because there are no students from those two schools. So that is a right outer join. So you should never forget left outer join and right outer join. Okay. Let me try this one. So sometimes students get confused with where to give the plus here or there. So in that case, you can also write a query like this, which uses a left outer join as the keyword. So let me again type that query. It is nothing but select name from the student table, s dot name, comma, sch dot school name. That is, we select the student name and the school name from student table, which is called as left outer space join. That is the keyword. We left outer join that with the school table, which is given the alias sch on the condition s dot sid is equal to sch dot sid. Likewise, you can also do a right outer join. What is a right outer join? Select s dot name, comma, sch dot s name from student s, right outer join school table, given the alias sch on s dot sid is equal to sch dot sid. So you can very well perform this with a plus sign this side or that side, or you can, to avoid that confusion, give a right outer join or a left outer join directly. So what is this full outer join? So you think there will be a full outer join? No. But what a full outer join does is it is nothing but the result, both these result given as output. Matching records from the left table, matching records from the right table, non-matching records from the left table, and non-matching records from the right table. So I'll tell you how to write a full outer join. For this, we're not going to put a full here. We are going to write two queries and then we are going to take a union of that. We are going to see what is a full outer join, right? For that, we have to select s dot name, the student name, and sch dot s name, that is the school name, from student table called s and school table called sch, where s dot sid is equal to sch dot sid. This is the left outer join we are doing first. Next, we go with the union, and then we'll do another thing, that is the right outer join. So it is s dot name, that is the student name we are going to select, and then the school name we are going to select, that is sch dot s name, from student s comma school sch, where s dot sid, now this is the right outer join, so put the plus here, is equal to sch dot sid. So now this is a full outer join. What it does, it fetches the matching records from both the tables, non-matching record from the left table, and non-matching record from the right table. So that is how a full outer join works. So instead of this query, you can also mention the S name from student S, left outer join school SCH on S dot SID is equal to SCH dot SID. I have used plus here. You can also mention left outer join and right outer join, as we have seen. So that is how the various joins work. What all joins we have seen so far: equi-join, non-equi-join, self-join, cross-join, natural join, left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join.